Before we begin, just a quick thank you for helping us get closer to reaching the 50,000 mark for subscribers on our YouTube channel. In celebration of this upcoming milestone, we'll be doing giveaways on some of our videos this week. So please stay tuned until the end of this video to learn what will be given away and how you can enter. Now, back to Analysis Behind the News, where we provide the perspective that you can use to help save American liberty and independence. No doubt you've heard about the synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh over the weekend. Tragically, 11 were killed and 6 more wounded when a gunman opened fire. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette reported that the gunman had been in the building shooting for about 20 minutes. The police engaged him as he was leaving the building, which drove him back into the building to hide from them. Now, the Post-Gazette also mentioned that the synagogue had U.S. Homeland Security hold a security drill at one point. What the Post-Gazette didn't mention was whether or not anyone attending was armed and shooting back. Much of the same story on this tragic event was circulating throughout the mainstream media. Now, besides this shooting, did you hear about the shooting at a McDonald's in Birmingham, Alabama this weekend? Chances are you didn't, and if you wanted to find out, you'd have to do some digging. Why? Well, it doesn't fit the PC narrative that the media loves to capitalize on. You see, a masked gunman burst into a McDonald's and started shooting. However, this one turned out much different. Instead of multiple fatalities, the only one killed was the masked gunman. You see, a dad who was just leaving the establishment with his kids pulled out his own pistol and shot and killed the masked intruder, saving many others. It's interesting the stories that flood the airwaves and then those that don't. As the saying goes, in the print world, if it bleeds, it leads. And a concealed carry holder coming to the rescue can many times thwart this. In hearing the tragic events in Pittsburgh, it immediately made me think of Mr. Aaron Zellman, founder of the Jews for the Preservation of Firearms Ownership. Although Mr. Zellman passed away 8 years ago, we at the John Birch Society had the distinct pleasure of working with him to help promote some of his organization's videos and literature. He co-wrote a book that is easily the best resource of describing how the idea of gun control implants hatred and fear into the hearts and minds of decent, nonviolent citizens. The book, Death by Gun Control, The Human Cost of Victim Disarmament, is a testament to why JPFO was founded. JPFO mentions on their website, the message is simple. Disarmed people are neither free nor safe. They become the criminal's prey and the tyrant's playthings. When the civilians are defenseless and their government goes bad, however, thousands and millions of innocents die. The book mentions in the opening chapter that the idea of gun control has 2 fundamental beliefs. The first is that only a government has any right to have and use firearms. Citizens have no right to use armed force for defense against aggression, which is the second point. And this aggression is defined as crime, invasion, repression, or violence. It's with that mindset that you see the mainstream media cover these events, as well as the debate. They call it the gun control debate. But let's call it for what it is. It's disarmament. It's about control, about controlling you. Mr. Zellman understood this perfectly and fought against all types and ideas of gun control. He wanted to ensure that what happened to Jews in Nazi Germany would never happen again. So, what do we take away from all of this? From a liberty and independence perspective, we need to understand that there is a deliberate movement to disarm free populaces around the world. To control you, you must be first disarmed. This is why the news media gets hysterical when there is a mass shooting, as they like to call it. It's a perfect time to focus on the inanimate object and call upon legislators to erode your God-given right to self-defense and self-preservation. What isn't being talked about is why they want to disarm you. Those that seek to build a one-world government cannot do so if those populations are harmed. But they will never disarm a country through a frontal assault. Instead, they are doing it from within. Gun control is just one more tool in the arsenal of the globalists to control you and to make you subservient to their plan of building a new world order that sees America lowered down to the status of a developing country. It's just a matter of time before the deep state convinces most Americans that gun control is the right thing to do. So what can you do about this? Number one is to educate yourself regarding these plans and how you can expose and stop them. Number two is to join the John Birch Society to help protect American liberty and independence. To learn about the deep state's plans, Mr. Art Thompson's newest book, In the Shadows of the Deep State, can help you do just that. Now this is where the giveaway comes in. 5 individuals will receive a signed copy of this book. In fact, this book hasn't even been released yet, so you could be one of the very first to get your hands on it. All you need to do is to click the link in the description and provide your name and email. We'll need this in order to contact you in case you're selected as the winner. You can gain additional entries for completing things like visiting our Facebook page, YouTube channel, or commenting about the giveaway. You can also receive a bonus entry for visiting jbs.org once a day. Just click on the link in the description and follow the instructions provided. And as always, please be sure to like and share this video with family and friends. Until next time, we'll see you then.